Good morning. This is State Rep Dave Wilson from the 66th District. Those towns are Warren, Litchfield, Morris, Bethlehem, and Woodbury. And as many of my Facebook friends know, in the past week or so, I did a survey, and we were really pleased because we had 250 responses to that. It's quite extensive to go through on a page-by-page basis, and I really appreciate those of you who took the time to make customized comments, because just answering yes, no, I agree, or I disagree gives us some indication, but when you really give us feedback, we really appreciate that. So in the future, please continue to do that, and those who didn't, know that we do read your comments. One of the questions was on voting and whether we should have term limits. Interestingly, there were about 72% respondents that strongly agreed or agreed with that. So it's an interesting discussion that's ongoing. Every year there's a number of bills that are brought out on term limits. So the second question was, do you believe state officials should fully cooperate with law enforcement personnel in the enforcement of federal immigration laws? And 63% of those who took the survey indicated that they agreed or strongly disagreed with the idea that the state should allow federal agencies to execute their duties and cooperate with local law authorities. And by the way, there's a link right here on this page to the actual survey results, and it's very compelling because you get to see the color bar charts, which are very helpful in giving you the picture of what the results of the survey were. So let's keep moving along. And question number 3 was, do you believe the state should implement electronic tolling? And we all know that's a really hot one this session. We're hearing about it over and over again. There's a map that we've recently put out on Facebook that shows you the 82 tolling gantries, and I think you're going to enjoy taking a look at that. So the results were that 43% disagreed or strongly disagreed with the implementation of tolling, while 32% agreed or strongly agreed with it. So I guess the jury is out. That's pretty close. We don't have total obvious consensus at this point. Question number 4 was, do you believe that there should be a work requirement for those receiving state-funded assistance? So I don't know if you know this or not, but the state of Maine has done this for a while now. And I guess if it works in Maine, it could work here in Connecticut. So it's no secret that there's fraud when it comes to certain state services. And I know some very personal examples in my life where I actually found out about this, and it really disturbed me. The results of the survey were that 63% of you agreed or strongly agreed with the idea that there should be a work requirement for those receiving state-funded assistance. And I firmly believe that when unemployment rates skyrocket, the state must do its part in helping families to ensure that they're able to continue to live and prosper here in Connecticut. In order for those benefits to be there in times of that need, it's important that life-improving requirements be met in order for assistance to be granted. So again, it's a stay tuned. 63% is kind of a telling figure. Most of the people that I encounter traveling the district feel that this might be a very good solution to trying to control our expenses here in the state of Connecticut. Okay, and as we move on to question number 5, it was, do you believe that the state should reinstitute the use of capital punishment? And this was another kind of on-the-fence result in the survey, and I hope you'll dial into those graphs to get the picture. And I believe that our judges should have all the corrective measures available to them in order to be most effective in their jobs. And the survey was split on the question. 34% disagreeing or strongly disagreeing with reinstatement, and 46% agreeing strongly that we should reinstate the death penalty. So as you can see, we have a lot of work to do here in Hartford, trying to dial into all of these questions that are being proposed. And as the legislative session moves forward, I look forward to keeping you up to date on how these things are moving along. We really thank you for dialing into Facebook here and paying attention to the issues. And again, remember, we had 250 or more responses to this survey, and as we go forward, I'd hope to make that maybe 500 responses. So tell your friends if you've enjoyed getting this information out in this way. Thank you so much, and have a great day.